You're on.
Okay, so this is our monthly meeting for December. Congratulations on not dying up to finals week and dead week. I would like to congratulate Sam on being our one and only graduating senior. We do actually have a consolation prize, just not currently. So I apologize for that, but I will get that to you once it's ready.
Just like college, you're getting an IOU.
Except IO then. Let's be accurate here.
Exactly.
Next up, we have the vote for the Master Maker. Unfortunately, we do not have enough people here to vote on it, so we'll have to do it online through OrgSync most likely. Currently, the only person who's volunteered that's here is Chris. If you would stand up, Chris.
No, not really. Oh, okay.
First order for the mic here to make you some legs.
Chris has helped us out in the past to 3D print things, and he works with the Maker Lab already. So he's a good choice for it. Next, we want to, what does that say?
Well, the other, should we announce who the other person is?
Oh, yeah. The other person, yeah, sorry about that. The other person is Chantal. Most of you have probably at least met her. She is out here all the time. Great person, prints things off. She just recently printed off some dinosaurs.
Yeah. No, you did Chris did the dinosaurs, she did the dragons.
She did dinosaurs more than
Yeah,
for
she did a
Dane.
couple dinosaurs.
Oh, did she?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she printed Dana dinosaur.
Why does Dane get a dinosaur?
Because he gave her a level.
Yeah, because it's a bribe to get her.
That is smart.
Yeah, see? And then recently there's been some cases of stuff being left out of the lockers when no one's here.
Any repeat offenders will be burned at the stake, you know the drill.
Alistair is correct.
Alistair, get the steak.
Yep. So please don't do that. We want to keep our stuff in working order and not have to buy more stuff.
That being said, there is stuff that we don't have space for that is above them, so that stuff can just stay
That's
above.
okay.
But DM screens that I found yesterday should not be left out.
Put your stuff away.
We're also going to be having a vote to add an audio-visual officer to the roster of officers.
I nominate anyone but Tomio.
Oh my god, that is racist.
I know.
I personally nominate Caitlin.
Second that.
I'd buy that.
What does an audio-visual officer do? Just out of curiosity.
Recording things, pictures, etc.
Yeah.
Will they be working, did we talk about, are they going to be working towards the like podcast streaming in that direction?
That would be the other thing we're working on, but that's slightly for the future. We're also going to try to make the general officer a thing.
Swiss Army officer.
Yeah, the Swiss Army officer.
I nominate Tomio for that.
I nominate Tomio for that.
I second that.
I heard that.
So,
Right?
We missed fourth.
So you knew it would happen.
What an organized meeting.
sixth.
You can just accept the nomination. You don't have to second your own nomination.
Speech, convince us.
Yeah, get on my soapbox. Or just stay on one of the tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that never stopped me.
Perfectly safe.
You're a quitter, Tony.
So,
Well, now I have to do it to spite you.
somebody's gonna die. I'll get my video camera out and
But
record
can
that.
he come back for the graveyard?
That's right.
In essence, the general officer will be to pick up anything that other officer positions don't do. If that becomes too extreme, we'll add another one if need be. There'll also be primarily probably HR, because right now we have too many, like our player officers don't really do anything. Like,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be HR, but our group's been really great. Hi, Dan.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was busy violating intellectual property on one side and down the other.
Perfect.
Just gonna let you know that we're recording, so that is.
Come at me, Games Workshop.
Those are currently our player officers. Don't have much to do, and so the general officer will hope to remedy that by having everything to do.
Seems like an interesting way to solve this.
But so this is also a way to announce that player officers will be removed from the roster of officers at the end of next semester, once their terms run out. Other than that, like I said, I would like to nominate Caitlin for the audio video officer, and then Tomio for the general officer.
Was there anybody else interested in the audio video?
Nice.
We make things so easy in this club.
What about the general officer position?
No conflict.
Okay.
For which?
General.
Oh,
And then,
that doesn't get you stars.
I know. I mean,
then,
it's kind of just the same position I have now, but just actually doing things.
basically.
True.
Then I would also like to say thank you for Matt for hosting the world building session this morning. We got religion worked on.
We did a couple things, and then I was like, all right, good enough, let's go.
Yep.
I thought it was, I want to go paint, so we're done.
Technically, yes, but I got that done too. It was a productive day.
We worked on this from like 1 a.m. to like 5:30 a.m.
And then we plan on doing those once per month, correct, Matt? That's a yes.
Silence equals consent, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
In formal debate rules, yes.
In that case.
Wait a sec.
So for next semester, session info will be released January 5th at the latest, preferably before that. And sessions are projected to start on the 8th. Officially, if they want to start early, we'll send out an email about that. And that's basically all we had. This was a pretty short meeting.
One more thing, I'd like to announce the official creation on the Discord, of course, a new channel, Game Tales. The way that's going to work is whatever you want to do, DMs and players are both welcome to go dump any cool stories or any fun stuff, events, whatever they did in there. And I'm going to go ahead, you guys can vote on that channel. I believe I sent a thing out in Discord general as well on how to do that. But the point being that I'm going to curate a list every other week when the newsletter goes out. And I'm going to send 2 of the best stories out to our secretary to send out in the newsletter. Just kind of like a fun little way to keep people up to date of what everybody's doing in each other's games, that kind of thing. I think it'll be good.
Does it have to be what actually happened in games, or can we just make shit up?
In an ideal sort of way.
That actually brings up a good point. We're going to be moving the newsletters from weekly to bi-weekly.
Oh yeah, hey, that too.
Because we don't have enough changing information to need to change it weekly. So we'll send out updates if sessions canceled a week.
Are these game tales, if they're like significant enough for it to change the world?
No, you can go from anything from a funny little encounter that you had, like, you scammed a bartender at a tavern or something like that, all the way up to blowing up the city. Whatever
But
you
yeah,
want to
like for the blowing up city ones, are we gonna see like lasting effects in other campaigns?
That depends on what the DMs want to do.
Yeah.
I would assume
It's
yes.
up to you.
Can my Shadowrun building explosion carry backwards in time?
This mountain
that was
just
a damn big
exploded.
explosion.
Yeah, there you go. This fountain
Rose
randomly blew up. But yeah, like the way I kind of said, or I would like to see I'd like to see DMs kind of write it like this, a town newspaper or something like that. Like a news article, that kind of thing. And then players can just put in like an account, like from their perspective, whatever you want to do.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's got to go in.
Yeah.
On top of that, if you have we'll say setting related art that you created, or if you've been doing mini painting and you want those, if you can send like a picture of what you created to myself. Do you still want copies for your stuff?
We could just make a Discord for like art, couldn't we?
I know there's one in the
Google Drive, there's
the
one.
Drive is in there.
Yeah, there
But
is.
so, like, on the website, we want to start putting that stuff, and then we want to also reach out.
Mhm.
Like, and
It
putting
really makes a
other
good
stuff
point. We
too.
could make a folder for, or not a folder, but a server on Discord for it as well.
Yeah, because like when I make stuff, I don't think about uploading it to like Drive. I just
Yeah, that's
shove it in
a
social
little bit
media.
obtuse, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and create a channel for that.
Thank you,
Because
Alistair.
I make a lot of art like of questionable quality half the time, but
Yeah, we don't care
Here we
about that.
go.
Oh, upload the picture, you can
Hey, it's better art than nothing.
yeah.
Alright, here we go.
I'll be the first one. Really set the tone.
Do you want me to do that or?
So she sets the tone that high. almost
Now I have to
outside.
look at Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah, how hard that happens.
I'll go ahead and
You
put that in
should.
the Discord right
Most of the
now.
club uses Discord at this point.
I
The
know.
large majority.
And the large.
It's either that or Slack in my
I know. We have two in the gym now.
I
What
would
do we
like
have
to
the second
request
one?
that
I think
if
there's
people
three, because one of
post,
the teachers has them.
if people post, I would like to request that people post only their own work in that
Ideally,
channel.
Or like,
Yeah.
give
If
credit to the
not,
person who
yeah.
did.
Yes.
Well, if we're gonna use it for any club stuff, like, it should literally be, if, it needs to be created by club members.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a description in there that says like only your own intellectual property.
Or, and it should be, and it also needs to be, by putting it in here, you give the club rights to using it for the website and promotional stuff. Because we need that to be agreed upon. So that's why it needs to be your own stuff, because you can't, like, third party be like, hey!
Well, what if you had like a separate artist that you commission them to do like a picture of your
Wait
character?
a second.
Well, yeah, if you paid for it,
Yeah.
well,
What the heck? Fenelore goes first.
Repost
It's too
it
late.
after.
It's too late.
Matt, delete it. Let him repost it.
Repost it after. We have to set the bar.
We gotta show there's a floor on this thing.
Should I give any backstory as to why a portrait of Fenelore?
no.
It's actually better.
Well, we've officially turned the Discord into a shitposting channel in less than 6 seconds. That's. I'm ready.
I just assumed it was that.
Yeah.
I think now you're just
That's
creating
why
background
I
for the website.
Yeah, it's not
That's where I got
Just
seen
like,
all
shrink it such a really little time.
Okay, you're good now, Cole. You can put the dragon back.
Alright, well,
Yeah, if you want any tags or anything on them though, like, if it's got, if the piece that has a name, like, make sure it's either in the file or,
Now I have to actually start naming
Tell
things.
you what this
Okay,
whole-
everything is as it should be in the world.
is it?
Yes.
well,
Have we actually officially announced Dane, or like introduced Dane to everybody?
I actually don't know. Dane, I don't think you've been to a single meeting.
This is my first one.
Welcome.
We may get you on video.
You got me
You're
on-
actually
You
here.
got me on video walking in talking about, taking photocopies I don't own.
So, this is Dane, everybody. He's our
What's Dane
advisor.
do?
Dane is our advisor, so he advises us.
I'm a grad student on campus, but I also teach 5 foundations courses, and I'm a huge nerd. Not only have I been playing D&D for 21 years, I also am the guy who founded the LARPers that meet across the river here in 2005. So yeah, I'm really into that stuff.
Are we gonna branch out though?
Yeah, I also, well, when it was active, I got the Airsoft Club started here. I also play a shitload of 40K and AOS, which is Warhammer stuff. So, like, all my money I make at this campus goes into gaming. My girlfriend pays all my bills.
You make money from this campus? How the hell does that happen?
I teach here and sometimes I do other things. Yeah.
Yeah, you're where all of our tuition.
Yeah. This past summer, I squeezed my tuition back out of the 3D printers.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I was in here every day because I worked 8-hour shifts 4 days a week. I came in before, ran it, came in at noon, switched it, came in at 5, picked them up, and went home. I printed every day, 4 days a week, 3 machines. I made so many tanks. Yeah. I was the only one.
All the tanks.
Huh?
You were the one who's printing all the tanks.
Yeah, all the Warhammer 40K tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I printed like 28 or 30 Warhammer 40K tanks that are like $35 a piece
Ooh,
normally.
I remember.
And
All the printer time was booked, it was awful.
Yeah, it was me. Hey, Amy said I could suck it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Amy said you could suck it, or?
Yeah, that too.
Was there
We're
a
close.
comma in there too?
We're close. We've known each other a while. In fact, she's the one who suggested Aaron come talk to me to buy some clothes. So,
What, actually just curious, if you had to pay for the resin for that, would you have broken even on cost?
if I'd had to pay for the filament,
Yeah.
probably. Actually, I probably still would have been ahead.
But not my money.
Rhinos. Well, I was printing the Forge World pattern of Rhino, and they're an extra $10, so they're like $40 to $50 plus shipping from England. So
Ridiculous.
yeah, and I made like 30 tanks. I was doing real well. I'm out of tanks now.
Off the
though.
record, how many were sold?
Not as many as I had hoped, but that's because I really needed a bunch of them for myself. And the Warhammer store that's here in town, they are so small they can't get bitchy about proxies and count as, so the only thing that I can't run them in are like official Games Workshop tournaments, but I now have 30 tanks. What are you going to do about it? Yeah.
Buy a flamethrower and melt them.
And then spend next summer printing them off again. I'll be around. So anybody have any questions for me? I'm also a medieval history major. I'm studying knighthood and social change in the 1100s. So I'm like really, really into this stuff. In fact, I came to campus early to make copies of the new chapter approved book that came out for Warhammer 40K today. Our group bought
For
one.
class?
Yeah, for class. Oh yeah, and the chocolate also.
Yeah, you were still free day.
I also began the 3.5 game on Wednesdays, and it's a superior edition.
It's a clusterfuck.
Do you want to tell the sweet story from this week, Tyler?
Which one?
The one where you and Aiden got stuck in the rig. None of you can handle your own shit.
So Aiden was like, I'm gonna climb to the crow's nest. Then he got tangled in the rope upside down. And then Chantel's character was like, I'm gonna help him escape. Golden that one to climb the thing, fell and tangled her foot in the rope, so she couldn't get up.
Ouch.
Then we laughed at them for about 30 minutes. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go help him. So I go, and I climb up the rope just fine, and then I'm like, I'm gonna untie him. And then I fell through, and got my arm tangled up. So he was upside down hanging by his leg. I was hanging by my arm.
How many nat ones did you guys roll?
We rolled like 7.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was crazy.
It was hilarious.
It was great.
And then Josh got
Yeah, no, so yeah,
Why didn't you just
they were
cut
like
the rope?
60-90 in the air. I went and got like a big stick and just started poking and swinging them.
So
Yeah.
there was like
It was like those, like-
69 happening.
It was like
Tyler's mouth days.
Decibel.
Oh.
The cradle.
Yeah, Nick's cradle.
Cradle.
Yeah.
Aiden's crossed to Tyler's mouth. That's D&D, people.
That's raw, dude.
It's raw D&D. That's how we roll on Wednesday nights.
And the craziness never stops. But, yeah, so that's all of the stuff for this month's meeting. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy your games and your winter break.
Yay, I like 20-minute meetings.
Yeah.
Those are my.
For those of you I haven't met, if you guys need like rooms reserved or anything like that, any copies made, whatever, let me know because I can do more of that than the get involved office sometimes.
Yeah.